Good morning, dear students. So in the last class we started this variable mass system. So now the continuation of the same class. To see few more example. So as I told you in the last class, the main point in the variable mass system is that whenever a mass is this you can say adding on a main body continuously, or some mass is you're leaking from the main body continuously. So because of that, some force act on a main body. That force we are calling as a thrust force, and the magnitude of this force given by the relation F thrust is equal to V dm by dt, where V is the velocity of the mass leaving from the body or mass adding on the body with respect to main body. That we can say the relative velocity. Okay, so this point you have to remember. So apart from the other forces, whatever acting on the body, one additional force we have to add, that is the thrust force in all the variable mass system. Okay, so thrust force is your V relative, we can say in general term, into dm by dt. Okay. So this is all the vector quantity here. So dm by dt, as I told you, if dm by dt is positive, dm by dt positive means mass is adding on the body, main body. It means some mass is coming on the main body, and then dm by dt will be positive. So in that case, direction of thrust force will be same as the direction of relative velocity. And if the mass dm by dt is negative, negative means the mass is just removed from the main body, or mass is continuously going off from the main body, then dm by dt will be a negative. So negative sign will appear here in the vector quantity. Negative sign indicate directions are opposite. So thrust force will be opposite to the direction of your relative velocity. So this is the main point you have to remember while solving all problems based on the relative mass, this variable mass system. Now come to the one another similar type of situation as we have seen in rocket propulsion. In the rocket propulsion is how the rocket propagate or move. See, if we have to launch a rocket, so this is the general condition or general case we can say, and m naught can be said as mass of the rocket including fuel. Okay, m naught is the mass of rocket with fuel, and right now it is on launching pad. Okay, right now it is on the launching pad. So if we are talking about the forces on this, one force is gravitational force m naught g, another force is normal force, and it is not moving, it is at rest. So normal force is balanced by this gravitational force will be balanced by the normal force. Now if we have to launch this one, so what is the procedure as you have seen, or you know, it means some exhaust gases start coming out. Okay, some chemical reaction takes place inside this. Because of that, some exhaust gases form, and that will comes out with certain velocity. So let this exhaust gases comes out with velocity or V relative. V relative can be said as the relative velocity of this gases with respect to your main body. Here main body is this. Main body is the rocket. This is the mass. Mass coming out means exhaust gases means as the fuel burn. So when the fuel burn, and that fuel mass of the fuel decreases, and it will comes out in the form of exhaust gases. So another thing we can say, with which rate the mass of the fuel is decreasing, that we can say dm by dt. Okay, so dm by dt is the mass by which mass of the main body is decreasing. V relative is the velocity of the exhaust gases. Now in this case, if I am making the FBD, so first thing, thrust force. Thrust force here V relative, dm by dt. Relative already we have considered the V relative velocity. Now dm by dt. It is your negative or positive here. Negative or positive? Yes, it is the negative because mass of the main body is decreasing. If dm by dt your negative is minus sign will come here, the thrust force direction will be your opposite to the V relative. V relative your downside, thrust force will be in the upward direction. So now in that case, if you are taking a PD of your rocket, so you will find one force at the starting time. As the starting time is at T0, just at the moment when the fuel start burning. So one force your M0, G weight, another your normal, and third force your thrust force, F thrust. And this magnitude of thrust is your, as you have considered the direction as per your sign here. So magnitude of thrust force, if dm by dt or mu is mu kg per meter second. It means by this rate mass is decreasing, mu kg per second. F thrust is your mu into V relative. This is the equation now here. Now the question can be asked. So which type of question can be asked? First question is that what should be the, either they can ask, suppose V relative is given, they can ask what should be the value of mu so that the rocket can leave the ground. So when the rocket has to leave the ground, so normal force will be 0. Normal force 0 means F thrust must be equal to M naught G initial case. Okay. So many questions can be asked related to this. So first thing here, first type of question here. First type of questions are like see, first question like that, what should be the velocity of the exhaust gas? Find the velocity of exhaust gases to leave the find the velocity of exhaust gas such that rocket can leave the ground. Rocket just start accelerating. Rocket just start accelerating. So it means just start means just start accelerating means the minimum condition. So at this case normal force should be 0. Then M naught G must be equal to mu V relative. Directly we can write here V relative is equal to M naught G by mu. And V relative is relative velocity of exhaust gas. Since this rocket was at rest, so velocity of the rocket was 0, so relative velocity is velocity of your exhaust gas itself. Okay, this is the first type of question can be asked. Similarly, they can ask to find the velocity of exhaust gas so that rocket start accelerating with acceleration g. Another case, find the velocity of exhaust gas such that rocket start with acceleration g. Okay, it means now the rocket has to go upward with g acceleration like this. There will be again same thing, same type of equation. M naught g thrust force. Thrust force will be into V relative. So in FVD, this is the net forces. So net force is equal to your Ma. Net force is your mu V relative minus m naught g, and this is equal to your Ma, m your m naught at the initial time. So here you will get V relative is equal to your 2 m naught g by mu. Like this type of question can be asked. Third question can be asked here. What is the velocity of the rocket at time t? Okay. Another point they can ask. Find the velocity of rocket as a function of time t. As a function of time t. This also can be asked. So here they have not given any specific acceleration. So I can assume any such. What we can do here, let at a certain instant at t is equal to t. Here exhaust gases are there and it has velocity at v. Now we will make equation. At t is equal to t, mass of that will get reduced because some mass has been already burned. Mg is the one force. Upward force is your thrust force. F thrust. Now the equation. Thrust force minus mg, m dv by dt. Fine. Now you can write the value of thrust force here. So F thrust is your mu into V relative minus mg, m dv by dt. V relative values. See here. How to write the V relative? V relative means relate. Okay, it is already given here. V relative means no problem. It means that is with respect to your rocket. So now you can write equation here. Mu V relative G mg plus and first. Yes, okay. Better. So this m value will be right now your m naught minus mu into t. Okay, because after time t, some mass has been burned out, and mass is burning at the rate of mu kg per second. So in t second, how much mass will burn? Mu into t. So how much mass left over here? That will be left only m naught minus mu t. This is dv by dt, and this mu v relative minus m value again you can write same m naught minus mu t into g. So mu v relative is equal to your dv by dt you can take common, and m naught minus mu t 1 plus g, like this. After that we can simplify this one here. Okay, we can simplify this one. So first note down up to here, then I would like to simplify this one, then you may get answer. Okay, so now see how to simplify this relation here. So we can simplify directly this equation first. Come to this equation here. Mu into V relative minus mg, where m dv by dt. That equation we can simplify. So here, see, mass is also variable. Mass is varying with time. Velocity also varying with time. So that expression also we can add in terms of mass. Mu. What is mu here? Dm by dt. V relative minus mg. M dv by dt. Okay. So now we can solve this one. Dm V relative dm minus mg dt. This is equal to m into d. Can you write like this? Any problem in this? Okay. Just I did multiply with dt. And now m value V relative dm by m minus g dt. This is your d. I just divide by m mass. Fine. Now you can either integrate all this stuff. As t0 velocity was here starting from 0, and mass was a total mass m naught. At t velocity or v, mass is your m. Like this you can write v relative ln m by m naught minus gt. This is equal to. So this is the relation for your velocity as a function of time t. Further you can substitute the value of m also. V relative m is your m naught minus mu t by m naught minus gt. This is equal to your. Okay. In this way you can simplify this. Clear? So directly I use this relation here in that form. So this is not required further. Otherwise you can write. I wrote here in the very first stage m value of mu naught minus mu t. Better you can write at the later stage. It will be more simplified form. Now see, these are the derivation. Now see the example based on this. See for example, directly you can substitute the value, you may get answer, or you can derive once again and you may get answer. The rocket set for vertical firing weighs 50 kg and contains 450 kg fuel and contains 450 kg fuel it can have maximum exhaust velocity of, it can have maximum exhaust velocity of 2 kilometer per second. What should be its minimum? What should be its minimum rate of fuel consumption? Fuel consumption. First point, to just lift it off at the launching pad. And second is your to give its acceleration (20 meters per second square). Okay, and G value of 10. Assuming G is equal to 10 meters per second square. This is the question. Okay, so first of all, see, a rocket set for vertical firing, its weight 50 kg and contains 450 kg fuel. So, these equations either you can remember or just if you are able to recall this formula. F plus V relative is your dm by dt, that's enough to solve the problem. Main point here you have to think about the making of equation. Just the laws of motion equation you have to make. See, first rocket, mass 50 kg and 450 kg fuel. So this is your rocket, including fuel and its mass, total mass of 500 kg. Okay, it can have maximum exhaust velocity this. Okay, it cannot, it means when the gases comes out, so these gases comes out with which speed maximum? 2 kilometers per second. It means this is the relative velocity of exhaust gases given. What should be its minimum rate of fuel consumption? It means inside this fuel chemical reaction taking place, because of that gases form. So when fuel convert into gas, so some fuel get lost. So they are asking what is the rate, dm by dt they are asking. By which rate fuel has to burn and convert into exhaust gases, such that it just lift off at the launching pad. First part, as I told you, when you have to lift it. So in that case, gas is coming down here, and then upward force your thrust force, downward force on this your weight, m0 g, and one another force acting in the upward, which is your normal force. So you have to find what should be the value of dm by dt so that it can lift off. As soon as it lifts off, the normal force become your 0. As normal force 0, then F thrust must be equal to your m0 g. This is the answer of first part. So normal force, this thrust force your B relative dm by dt m0 g. V relative is already given 2 kilometers, convert into meter. dm by dt magnitude you have to calculate, because as per the mass decreasing you have considered the sign in the upward direction. M naught, initial case, this is the initial case. So total mass will remain your 500, G value your 10. So dm by dt will be here 5 into 10 power 3. So this will be 2.5 kg per second. The answer of first part, very simple. 2.5 kg per second. In the second part, same type of question. Nothing has been changed. In the second part, see, as V relative will remain constant, it is given, it is the maximum. It is given with this maximum exhaust speed. The maximum exhaust speed is this cannot be further increased. If we are increasing the rate of burning of fuel, means dm by dt if increases, thrust force will increase, and that thrust force may be like that, it may accelerate with certain acceleration. In the second part, the same thing they are asking. To give its acceleration 20 meter per second square, then what is the rate of burning of fuel? Now our equation will be changed here. Upward force now becomes F thrust minus m naught g, and this is equal to your m naught into acceleration. So F thrust must be your m naught g plus a value given 20. 20 means you can say 2g. 2 m naught g, it becomes an F thrust V relative dm by dt 3 m naught g. अब here same thing. This becomes 3 m naught g. So dm by dt becomes 3 times. Same. See here, dm by dt 3 500 g or 10. V relative already we have found 2 10 power 3. This becomes 7.5 kg per second. So answer of second part is your 7.5 kg per second. Okay? Any doubt in this? Now come to the next one, another example. See, in the third part, one more question I can add here. I am adding one more question here. What is the maximum speed acquired by the rocket? Okay. In the third part, in the same question, this third part I am adding. Find the maximum speed acquired by rocket. Yes. Maximum speed acquired by rocket. Yes. How to solve this? How to get this? Now, from the second part already we have come to know the rocket has acceleration here 20 meter per second square. Fine. So acceleration of rocket here 20 meter per second square. So maximum speed directly we can say V is equal to U plus ET. Initial speed was 0, A is 20 and T. T is which time t? Maximum speed means maximum speed will be, see, till the thrust force is acting. Till the thrust force acting, rocket have acceleration. As soon as thrust force here become zero, then due to the gravity, its speed start here decreasing. So when the thrust force becomes zero, at that time rocket will have maximum acceleration. At which time thrust force will be zero? At the time when all the fuel will consume. 450 kg fuel was there. When all the fuel get consumed, fuel will not left or all the fuel will get exhausted. At that time F thrust will be zero and rocket will have maximum speed. So in how much time the fuel get exhausted? See, dm by dt given 7.5 kg per second. It means 1 second 7.5 kg fuel is burning. So in how much time 450 kg fuel will burn? So T is equal to your how much? 450 by 7.5. Understood? So V maximum is equal to your 20 into T 450 by 7.5. Now this you can simplify. So this is your 25/3 and this 180 90 by 360 16 to 12 1200 meter per. Okay, so this is answer. See one another example. So although these typical formula is not required, but just you have to go with the fundamentals. So what is the role of thrust force and in which direction thrust force will act? As a function of time, then you might have required, but otherwise just to use this type of equation. Okay, before see one example, see one more another concept is that is based on your as the rocket propulsion, one concept I told you, another your chain. Questions based on the chain. Which type of question based on the chain? See. We can say like this. This chain of length L lie on a smooth horizontal table. Length L, mass M. Lie on a smooth horizontal table. Chain of mass M, length L, lying on smooth horizontal table. Okay, horizontal on a smooth horizontal table. Now it's slightly displaced from the edge. not it's slightly displaced from the edge. Find the speed by which the last link of the chain will leave the table. Find the speed by which last link of chain leave table. Last link of chain leave table means as slightly have displaced, since it is frictionless, so chain start falling in that direction. Last link means when the chain was about to leave the table, it means all of the chain comes off from the table. So then what is the speed of the chain? This they are asked. Here also if you will see, the mass of hanging part continuously or increasing, and mass of the chain which is on the table, that continuously or decreasing. Now see here, there is some relation between the one method, another method is also there, but that one another method is your with the help of your variable mass system that you can solve. See, if you will say, let y length of the chain right now in hanging position. So how much length of the chain in that position here? Horizontal n minus y. And let these two are connected with certain one link. At this time it has some velocity or let v. So what is happening in this case? This part of the chain, your mass of this part of the chain is increasing. Okay? Because of that, it is exerting some force over here. And on this part, that force you are pulling this chain in this direction. So if I am making the FBD of your hanging part, so one is the weight of this part, mg, other is the thrust force in this part, F thrust. Why? Some mass continuously or increasing. This continuously increasing, thrust force is there. So now, how to write the equation of this? See here, and this have velocity of v. See, then making equation of this, mg minus thrust is your v relative, and dm by dt is equal to m into e. Now how much the m? L is the length of the rod, m is the mass. So line of this have mass, linear mass density. Let lambda is the linear mass density. Linear mass density of chain. M for this length, lambda into, lambda is the mass per unit length. This have length y, lambda into y into g minus v. dm by dt, the rate by which it is coming down, mass. dm by mass is equal to mass per unit length, m by n into y. Lambda y dv by dt. Now further m by n your lambda, dy by dt is your velocity. I can write lambda yg minus lambda v square lambda y dv by dt. Lambda lambda cancel. Now lambda g minus v square, which is equal to y dv by dt, further written as dv by dy into dy by dt. Okay, and dy by dt is your velocity. Fine, dy by dt is your velocity. Clear? So lambda g minus v square, it is your y v dv by dy. Got it? Now simplify this. dy by y, I got this in that side by y, and this term I got in this side. v dv by lambda g minus v square. Now integrate. See how we have made this equation. That is very important first. After that integration that we can do, no problem. The main thing is that how we have made the equation. You have just, I am making a PD of this part, mg is the weight of this part, and since it is coming down, if force is not there, then it has to come down with which acceleration? G acceleration under gravity. But since mass continuously coming from here, so some thrust force is acting in the upward direction. That thrust force is your v dm by dt. V is the relative velocity of this, which is your v. Okay, v dm by dt m into a. The net force is equal to m. M mass of this part. Total mass of the receiver m. M is the mass of L length, but this has length only y. So mass per unit length or linear mass density lambda, which is your m by L. It is your mass per unit length. This have length your y. This will be your lambda into y. M is your lambda into y into g minus v dm by dt. Rate of change of mass of this part. So lambda into dy by dt. Lambda into dy by dt your velocity. Lambda into v square. One v and one v here. Lambda y same mass and lambda y. A is acceleration dv by t. Lambda cancel. dv by dt further written as dv by dy into dy by dt. dy by dt is velocity. Lambda into v dv by dy. Now dy goes that side by y. v dv by this. Now simplify. Okay, so now we can simplify. Y, range of y means earlier this suspended mass was 0, so this mass limit of this is 0 to, and finally with the length here L, 0 to L, initial velocity of 0. Now the velocity of it calculate v 0 to this. Note down and you can solve this. Okay, and similar type of one another. So change system means like this we have to make equation. See one another example. Okay, chain of mass m, length L, is somehow hanging in a vertical position such that lowest link of the chain is touching the ground. chain of mass m, length L is hanging vertically such that lower end of chain is touching the ground. Lower end of chain touching ground. Okay, now chain is released. Now chain is released. Find the force exerted by the chain on a find force exerted by the ground on chain. Find the force exerted by ground on chain when half of the chain falling on the surface. Half of chain falls on surface. Assuming chain is not making heat on surface. Okay, this is the question. Okay, now chain is released. Find the force exerted by the ground on chain when the half of the chain falls on the surface, assuming chain is not making heat on surface. See the meaning of this. Chain is not making heat on the surface. It means when chain is falling here like this, so it is just suppose you are coming like this. It is not making heat, means somewhat like this. So what you are asking, when half of the chain gets fallen, it means L by 2 chain has get fallen, then how much force exerted by the ground on a chain? See, what we can do here, when the chain is coming, suppose at any instant v is the velocity of the chain. See, as this falling chain touches the ground, immediately velocity of that part here becomes 0. Okay, immediately velocity of that part becomes 0. So momentum will change from v velocity to 0 velocity, some change in the momentum, and because of that thrust force is there. Okay, see here how to calculate the thrust force. Same thrust force here v relative dm by dt. This part of the chain has 0 velocity, and this v velocity means this part of the chain is coming with velocity v. Relative velocity v. dm by dt means the rate by which mass of the chain is falling on the ground. That dm by dt I can write. Let at any time your y height is there. dm by dt written as m. M is your lambda. Lambda is your mass per unit length into y. So this is nothing your lambda into v square. F thrust is coming here, lambda into v square. Okay, and now v square value we have to calculate. Clear? V square means initial velocity was 0 when L length was here. Now when L by 2 length remain, so as we know V is equal to your root over 2gh. 2gh means h height fallen by a body. Now when L by 2, the part of the chain which has fallen L by 2, so that part will have velocity of 2g into L by 2. V is equal to your root over gl. That we can substitute here. So thrust force is equal to your lambda into gl. Okay. So lambda into gl, lambda into L. Lambda is the mass per unit length, L is the total length. This becomes your mg. F thrust is equal to your mg. So if I am making the FBD here, so one force your F thrust here upward, another force your normal means that is equal to the weight. Normal force by the weight. The total force exerted by the ground, total force exerted by ground is equal to your mg plus weight of chain lying on ground, chain lying on table, and this is your mg plus mg by 2, so this will be your 3 mg by 2. This is total weight lying on force exerted by the ground on chain. Okay, so these are the some example based on your variable mass system. So now this part is your completed. So next class onwards we will start your impulse momentum, and after that collision I will start. First go through this question based on the variable mass, and this is moreover based on your conservation of momentum as well as rate of change of momentum, and that momentum is changing because of the mass is changing. Earlier we have done the question based on change in momentum because of the velocity changes. Here change in momentum and that exert the force because of the mass changing. Fine. So there are 3 different type of questions normally based on the variable mass system. One is your rocket propulsion, another is your chain system, and third question yesterday we have discussed. Suppose a lorry is moving and some sand is falling on the lorry, or some sand is leaking from the lorry, then how much is the thrust force and how the velocity of the lorry will change. Okay, fine. In the next class we will start this impulse and collision. Thank you. Thanks a lot.